I have been in the workforce for 30 years. I had seen the struggles of women. I have seen what women go through when a husband leaves or when they're confronted with other issues that they have to take care of. And so I wanted to help women specifically, and came to the center and said, how can I volunteer?
There was some struggles, but there was financial donations that were given to help. There were months I couldn't pay my car note. There were months when I was struggling to pay my electric bill, and I needed to get counseling, and I had people to talk to, and they just paid what I needed at that time. They helped get my car fixed when it broke down, helped me get to class. And I did it. I sure did.
I found New Directions in the late 80s when I was working for another organization, and I did some training for New Directions Career Center. And a few years after that, I happened to be in an emergency room with one of my employees. And a woman came in and was a social worker. And as we were talking, I said, I think I know you. And she said, well, I went through the New Directions career program. I asked her, what was your experience? And she said, it changed my life. She said, I was in a place where I was alone. My husband had left. I had children to raise and didn't know where to go. And when I went to New Directions, it changed my life and enabled me to become what I am today.
When I had walked to the Gottman Guild building and everybody was in the classrooms, and I went up to the desk at the lady at the front desk, and I said, what are they doing in those classrooms? She was like, oh, they're doing all kind of various programs. So I was like, well, you got some information on that? And she was like, you go over there to the rack and there's various programs. So I picked up the one lonely flyer, and that just happened to be the E3 program. And I told her, I said, I'm sorry, but it's the last flyer. She was like, I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I hope you got some more. And I still have that flyer. And I didn't know that just by taking that last flyer, that it was going to be something to change my life forever. And that's exactly what has happened here at New Directions Career Center. My life has changed drastically, beyond ways I could ever explain.
So that was my first involvement, and after that, it really was my inspiration to become a donor. So I supported New Directions for years through my United Way contributions until my retirement, when I became involved with New Directions. And I said, well, I don't want to volunteer just to stuff envelopes. I want to volunteer because I want to use my talent that I had used, which was coaching and career development and those types of things. And I have to tell you, it was after I had searched for a lot of volunteer opportunities that just didn't work out. And I was really frustrated that I thought I had all this talent that nobody really wanted to use. But when I came to New Directions, it was different. It was different because they saw that talent and used that talent.
I had my notebooks. I even had a little bag and everything, you know. I was excited, and I met 14 other women. We call ourselves the Prestige 15 because we're cohort 15. And I'm telling you, like, I went in there, I'll never forget the day that the instructor that day was little Miss Amanda, God bless her. And she was like, okay, let's get class started, and everybody's ready to start writing, and I'm sitting there in a pout. I said, this isn't paying off. I had been in like 3 different schools and nobody could open the doors for me. And I felt like I had done in many areas of my life, and I was like, I'm done. What's the purpose of continuing on? What am I trying to fill out this stuff for? I can't get in anywhere. And one of the ladies was like, you just need to start writing and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, whatever, you know. Educate, empower, elevate. What in the world? How am I going to be able to utilize that? And I said, I'm about to just go. I'm giving up. like I've done in many areas of my life. And Amanda said, well, if you're gonna go ahead and go. And I was like, excuse me? I know you didn't just challenge me. And I believe I'm not gonna say I believe. I know that it was intended for her to do that, because if she wouldn't have done that, none of this would have happened for me. I made a decision at that point that I was not giving up. And all the ladies actually ended up turning around. They were so proud of me. They came and gave me a hug, and they gave me all this uplifting spirit. I'll never forget it. Like, they was like, you just stay here. We'll help you write your paper. Like, it was just the amount of support. Like, it's undescribable.
Career development usually focuses on how do you get a job? How do you write a resume? How do you develop a career plan? We do all of that in New Directions, but it's greater than that. And the greater than is that it's holistic, and we also help the woman believe in herself. Because many women come to us with lack of confidence.
I was able to learn how to be myself, but also how to highlight all the skills that I've been taught. You know, communication skills, a multitasker, team player, very motivated. I was like, that's me? Yeah, that's me. There's nothing like being lost and wanting to help yourself, but not knowing where to go. When I look at that picture, the more updated picture, to me is showing that glow from the inside out. I see a woman who has finally embraced herself, and to know that she can make some choices and decisions and believe in herself, compared to the scared woman on the other side. She was very fearful and full of doubt and did not really love herself. And, you know, looking at that, you know, it's like, what was I giving to my children? I was just as scared of life as they were. But today, honey, whew, there's been some growing up there, New Directions Careers, and it has helped me find myself.
And so through this process, and it's more of an experience than a process, through this experience, something changes, and that woman changes. And there's a spark or something that happens you can't even explain. That's what makes us different.
They're teaching me how to embrace me, love me, and grow. Like, that spark. That's that spark. That's why I love New Directions Career Center. They're stuck with me for life. I like to ask you to be the spark for a woman who's looking to change her direction, just like I was.